constantly having to remind each other that we're actually on the same team. You see, it can be so easy to get focused in on this moment, on what's happening right now, that we forget what's really important. We forget the goal. Where are we going? It's so important to keep the goal in mind. One of the previous Lubavitcher Rebbes heard word from his daughter, through his daughter, that two of his sons were having an argument. One of them was saying that there's nothing so special about a simple Jew. They eat, they sleep, they work, but there's nothing really that gives them that special quality that his father used to speak about so much. His other brother, on the other hand, who would later succeed his father as Rabbi, insisted no, there was something uniquely special about a simple Jew. So the Rebbe called in the brothers, and he said, let's do an experiment. Bring in Ivan, bring in the Russian stable boy. So they brought in Ivan. He said, Ivan, why do you work? So Ivan thought for a second. He said, well, I work because I need to make a living. Well, why do you need to make a living? I need something to eat. I need somewhere to sleep. Well, why do you need to eat and why do you need to sleep? Well, every so often I get to rest. I get to have a beer with my friends. That's why I need to eat and sleep and have somewhere to sleep. Thank you, Ivan. Thank you so much. And they send Ivan away and they thank him for his time. And then they say, now call in Yankala, the kitchen boy. So they called in the young Jewish kitchen boy and say, Yankala, why do you work? He says, well, I need to make a living. Why do you need to make a living? I need to eat, I need to sleep, I need to have somewhere to live. Well, why do you need to live? Why do you need to eat and sleep and have somewhere to live? And so Yankala thinks for a moment, and he bursts into tears. He says, because I need to do mitzvahs, so that my soul can come close to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, so that my soul can be drawn close to Hashem. And the Rebbe thanks him and sends him out. Two people doing the same thing, but for a different reason. One person doing it for this moment, just for the ephemeral needs of this world. The other person doing it for eternity. That's the difference. It's so important to keep the goal in mind. We're counting the Omer. You could look at each day as just another day, another count, another number. Or you could say that this is another step on my way to the destination, to the goal, to receiving eternity, to receiving the Torah. My personal Kabbalah HaTorah. We're all in lockdown at the moment. We're all in our homes. We're eating, we're sleeping, we're drinking, maybe doing some work and some Zooming. You could say we're all doing it and we're all the same. But why are we doing it? Are we doing it just because it's what we have to do, we're following government guidelines? Or are we doing it because we care about the value of life, about protecting those who are most vulnerable? Two different ways of thinking about it, transforming the very same actions. And so when we're in these times and it's difficult and we're rubbing up against people, it's always so important to remember, in families, we're on the same team. With Hashem, we're building a relationship. And with ourselves, we're climbing that mountain. Keep the goal in mind.